Project Rudy, a potential game-changer for college sports. As college football grapples with financial pressures and the evolving landscape of athlete compensation. A new concept, Project Rudy, is stirring discussions among athletic leaders. Spearheaded by former Disney executives and backed by private equity, Project Rudy proposes a streamlined, Super League model for the four power conferences, encompassing 70 teams. Key features of Project Rudy: increased revenue streams, by consolidating media rights and scheduling more high-profile matchups. The proposal aims to boost revenue significantly, projecting an influx of $9 billion in private capital and an additional $15 billion over 12 years from media and sponsorship deals. Expanded postseason and scheduling overhaul. The plan emphasizes eliminating games against lower-tier opponents, facilitating more marquee matchups, and expanding playoff opportunities, thus enhancing fan engagement and viewership. Tiered revenue distribution. Schools would be categorized into tiers based on performance, with top-tier programs projected to earn significantly more than their lower-tier counterparts, potentially doubling current revenue distributions for elite programs. Immediate financial support. An upfront cash infusion would help schools transition away from lower-tier opponents and fund athletic departments during the shift. Current landscape and resistance. While many athletic directors have shown interest, skepticism remains among key conference leaders, particularly SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey and Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti. They express a desire to maintain control over college athletics without outside influence. Looking ahead, as SEC and Big Ten leaders convene to discuss the future of college sports, the implications of Project Rudy and similar proposals may soon come to a head. With the landscape changing rapidly, the outcome could redefine college athletics in the near future. College football playoff picture, projected 12-team bracket after Week 6. As the season heats up, it's time to take a look at the projected college football playoff field following a weekend filled with upsets. With the playoff expanding to 12 teams, here's how things stand. First round byes. Texas, 5-0. Projected SEC champion. Texas climbed to the top of the AP Top 25 after Alabama's surprising loss to Vanderbilt. The Longhorns are set for their rivalry game against number 19 Oklahoma this weekend. Ohio State, 5-0. Projected Big Ten champion. Ohio State secured a dominant victory over Iowa, showcasing their offensive prowess. A top 3 showdown against Oregon awaits them in Week 7. Miami, 6-0. Projected ACC champion. The Hurricanes needed a remarkable comeback to remain undefeated, rallying from a 35-10 deficit against Cal. They must tighten up their second-half performances. Iowa State, 5-0. Projected Big 12 champion. The Cyclones enjoyed a strong win against Baylor, demonstrating their balanced offensive attack. They face a significant challenge next against West Virginia. First-round matchups. Number 12 Boise State, 4-1. Projected MWC champion, at number 5 Oregon, 5-0. At large, Boise State's Ashton Jeanty continues to shine. The rematch against Oregon, who faces Ohio State first, could shift depending on upcoming results. Number 11 Clemson, 4-1. At large, at number 6 Penn State, 5-0. At large, Clemson is back in playoff contention following a strong win against Florida State. Penn State looks to solidify its position against USC next. Number 10 Ole Miss, 4-1. At large, at number 7 Georgia, 4-1. At large, Ole Miss and Georgia could present an intriguing matchup, especially with both teams looking to bounce back after their respective performances. Number 9 Tennessee, 4-1. At large, at number 8 Alabama, 4-1. At large, both teams are coming off upset losses and must navigate the challenging SEC landscape to stay in playoff contention. Conclusion. As the season progresses, the landscape of college football continues to shift, with marquee matchups on the horizon. The race for T. Quinn Ewers returns as Texas faces Oklahoma. In a highly anticipated move, number 1 Texas coach Steve Sarkisian has confirmed that senior quarterback Quinn Ewers will start against number 19 Oklahoma on Saturday. Ewers has been sidelined for over 2 games due to a strained abdomen. But his return is expected to bolster the Longhorns as they aim to maintain their perfect season. Key points. Ewers' injury and recovery. Ewers left the Week 3 game against UTSA early but has made significant progress during Texas's Week 6 bye. He was listed as probable on the injury report and is ready to lead the team. Arch Manning's performance, in Ewers' absence. Freshman Arch Manning stepped in, showcasing his abilities with a rushing touchdown and 4 passing touchdowns against UTSA. Though his performance dipped in subsequent games, he kept the Longhorns unbeaten at 5-0. Current team standing. Texas ascended to the number 1 spot in the AP Top 25 after Alabama's loss, keeping them ahead of Ohio State despite the Buckeyes' strong win over Iowa. Ewers' season stats, in his limited appearances. Ewers has completed 58 of 79 passes for 691 yards, with 8 touchdowns and just 2 interceptions, mirroring his solid performance from the previous season. Upcoming schedule. After the Oklahoma game, Texas faces a crucial matchup against number 5 Georgia and a trip to Vanderbilt, making this game critical for their playoff aspirations. Conclusion. With Ewers back in the lineup, Texas looks to assert its dominance against Oklahoma and continue its quest for a national title. Heisman watch. Dillon Gabriel's chance to shine against Ohio State. Dillon Gabriel is making waves in the Heisman race, currently on pace to surpass Bo Nix's record for completion percentage. Nix set the NCAA mark at 77.45% last season, but Gabriel is impressively completing 77.8% of his passes at Oregon, with 1.449 yards and a stellar performance behind him. Key points. Gabriel's background. Transferring from Oklahoma, Gabriel showcased his potential last season, completing 69% of his passes for a career-high 3.660 yards. Despite early Heisman buzz, he hasn't solidified his frontrunner status. Heisman competitors. Players like Ashton Jeanty and Travis Hunter are currently ahead in the odds, but a standout performance against Ohio State could change that. Big game ahead. The number 3 Ducks face number 2 Ohio State in a crucial top 3 matchup. The Buckeyes have a tough defense, allowing just 130 passing yards per game. Gabriel's ability to bounce back from a rough outing last week will be key. Path to victory. If Gabriel can reach or exceed 80% completion against Ohio State, it would significantly boost his Heisman candidacy and Oregon's chances of victory. Other Heisman contenders. Ashton Jeanty, Boise State. The running back leads the nation with nearly 11 yards per carry and over 1.000 rushing yards. Travis Hunter, Colorado. The dual-threat star is crucial for the Buffaloes, leading in receptions and interceptions. Drew Illar, Penn State. The quarterback shows growth, completing nearly 71% of his passes as the Nittany Lions look to maintain their winning streak. Garrett Nussmeier, LSU, as a first-year starter. Nussmeier is putting up impressive numbers and has a chance to make a statement against Ole Miss. Conclusion. This weekend's matchups will be pivotal for Gabriel and others in the Heisman race. Can Gabriel seize the moment against Ohio State and cement his status as a contender? The SEC and Big Ten, driving change in college sports. At a recent meeting in Nashville, SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey and Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti outlined their vision for the future of college athletics. While no immediate decisions were made, the gathering signaled a pivotal moment in the evolution of college sports. Key takeaways. Power dynamics. The SEC and Big Ten are positioning themselves as the primary forces in shaping college athletics, asserting control over playoff formats, revenue sharing, and governance structures. Future playoff format. Both commissioners indicated a desire for more playoff spots and potential scheduling partnerships, aiming to create a more competitive and lucrative environment. Critique of external proposals. Sankey and Petitti expressed skepticism toward outside initiatives that could disrupt the traditional college sports framework, emphasizing their commitment to maintaining control within their leagues. Economic pressures. With athlete revenue sharing on the horizon, the need for financial sustainability is pushing conferences to rethink postseason structures, including the future of bowl games. Long-term vision. The meeting marks the beginning of ongoing discussions about the direction of college sports. with potential implications for governance, scheduling, and the overall landscape. Conclusion. As college athletics continues to evolve, the SEC and Big Ten are leading the charge. The future remains uncertain, but their influence is undeniable. Will they collaborate for the greater good of college sports? Or will a divide emerge?